Hey guys, it's Andrew. I wanted to let y'all know that today's topic is FORD. Um, and we went 2 days ago and test drove the 2021 Bronco Sport. We went in the Outer Banks with that, it's like a denim blue color. Pretty cool. Uh, and it has the smaller of the two engines, but it's 181 horsepower. It's not too bad. And actually driving it, you cannot tell that it's the small engine. Um, I tried to do a video, uh, either a live feed with Kat in the passenger seat or a good video review driving, but I kind of ended up with a backseat passenger. So I wasn't able to get the vehicle alone yet. Um, I do know that they're wanting to add up miles from test drives because they're not allowed to actually sell the vehicle until it accumulates, I believe you said 1,400 miles, but I'm going to keep trying to go up there, showing interest. I'm literally looking for a vehicle as soon as Caitlin is working in the medical field. She should be done with school within a year. I'm trying to narrow down what vehicle we get as our next big uh, next big thing, right? And I'll drive it a lot. She'll drive it mostly. The Camry is pushing 200,000 miles. Yeah, I know, but none of y'all want to fix it. None of y'all want to get under it and change control arms. We have to take the complete bottom subframe apart to do it. All of these things are starting to accumulate, and if she's driving back and forth to work, it's only going to get worse. Also, you can't take a Camry, load it down with camping gear, and go camping. It's not happening. Now, as far as the Subarus go, I've got the Baja, but anyway, it's not much of a family vehicle. It seats four. So that's not what y'all are here for. Y'all want to hear about the Bronco. So, I've heard talk of it compared to the Escape. And while it is on the same platform per se, it's kind of not. Let me explain. The rear suspension, I crawled under there. The rear suspension is a lot different from what I can tell. Um, it looks like a coil spring type in the rear instead of a strut. I may be wrong. Um, and yeah, I know what y'all are thinking. They both have coil springs, but it's different. Um, it drives completely different. I can say that, and that is a good thing. Um, to compare apples to apples, we have a 14 Escape Limited with the 2 liter, with the big motor, same iteration of the big motor as the Badlands Escape, the Bronco Sport, right? So in comparison with it and the smaller engine in the Bronco Sport, honestly, I don't find it lacking at all. Um, Surprisingly, and it's strange because it's a 3 liter. I didn't really just raw dog it because, like I said, I had the back seat passenger from the dealership. However, I did get on it a little bit, and we got out on the highway, and we had it on the back roads a little, and it drives like a truck. That sucker is ballsy. It handles good. It feels heavier, stable. You know, I hate, God, absolutely hated driving the Escape. It's a 15 with the new body style EcoBoost, and it drives like a teeter totter. You it's so short and narrow and tall that it does this, right? when you go over a bump or you steer, it just goes boing, 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 boing. It's terrible. Okay. And if I made you sick with the camera, just imagine driving it. Um, the Bronco Sport does not do that. It is well grounded. Um, and that's good because I plan to trail ride in this. I'm just saying, I'm not changing my lifestyle just because we got a new vehicle. Um, I absolutely would not even dare. I hate driving the Escape in the city. It's my grandmother's car. We drive her around. We use it to run errands, whatever, if we're over there in town. And I don't, no, not happening. Also, torque steer. Uh, very bad torque steer with the Escape. Um, a lot of front wheel drives have that problem. Subarus manage to get around it with equal length CV axles and their architecture, their transaxle, and everything. The Bronco actually didn't torque steer at all. Somehow they've managed a design that the more I dug into how it functioned, uh, it's very similar to Subarus in the way that they have a center differential clutch, and then now they're in the rear. Instead of using open diffs, it actually some of the models have a well, it's like instead of the brakes, it's got a clutch system for the each rear wheel to redirect torque vectoring, and that's good. I don't know why they didn't just use an LSD or a maybe a viscous LSD where it doesn't fully lock, but it's the viscous ones, they really don't wear out as easily, um, which is what's in my Baja. Far better than open diffs, but still not overly complicated. But either way, they're very effective. Both will be effective, and um, the front to rear lock up with the clutch in the automatics is actually more effective than the viscous center differential, in my opinion. But I digress. So that being said, the Escape should off-road really well. I mean, not the Escape, the Bronco. Um, it should do a lot better than a mom car, CRV or Escape all-wheel drive. The Bronco Sport actually calls it four-wheel drive. I don't, in the Subaru days and Audi and all that, it was easy to define the difference between four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. Um, with the Bronco Sport, I don't know what they're, you know, basing that off of, but um, I can say that it's very effective. The more I dug into the mechanicals, it looks like it's going to be very capable. Um, Now, that being said, I have not had the smaller engine in sand, but um, the Outbacks, the Foresters, and whatnot with the EJ25s, somewhat around 180 horsepower, and far less torque than this turbo. Because remember, the turbos operate under a load. So if you get it under a load, it actually is going to put out a ton of torque as it spools the turbo up and pull you through the sand or up a hill or whatever. Where with the NAEJ25 Subarus, you don't have that. And the Subarus, it works. Let's just leave it at that. But there's a reason a lot of them had a turbo option. That is why. Because they're just, you better be on the gas when you get to moving through it. Because if it loses RPMs, it's, you know, the automatics fare a lot better in that regard. Because, you've got slippage. and you can keep your RPMs up and, save yourself that way, but without burning a clutch up. The seats in the Bronco Sport that we got in, I didn't get in the base model or the others. I got in, like I said, it was Outer Banks. The Navy Pier seat, oh my God, they're amazing. They're super comfortable. They're supportive, but they're soft. I can see me driving it long distance, no problem. Crappy trails, no problem. The features in it are just ridiculous. But I like it. If I were you, I'd go try it. Go test drive, see how it works. Yeah, definitely. Give it a go. It's trail worthy. I truly believe it. Anyways, they figured that I'd throw this out there at y'all, give y'all a little encouragement. It is not a car. It's not. It's. I'd take it over a Jeep Patriot or Liberty or whatever any day of the week.